Welcome back to Golden Seal Enterprises Firearms Training Tips. Today we're back in our semi-enclosed firing range. Today with me I have Carl. He'll be demonstrating for you, and I'm Greg, and we'll be talking about shooting platform today. Today we're going to talk about the standing position, and we have Carl. We'll go through his position and we'll talk about the different components of a position that we need to have good rounds on target as we're firing our pistol. So Carl, this time if you would go ahead, we're going to have you draw your pistol and check it for safety. Okay, thank you. And we'll drop your slide and have you go ahead and present your firearm out to the target. And we're going to talk about Carl's platform. Down at his feet, you'll notice that Carl's feet are about shoulder width apart and his toes are pointing in the direction of his target. If Carl has his feet too close together, he's going to find himself in a little awkward imbalance, and in a little bit he's going to lose mobility to be able to move while he's shooting or after he's done. So we want to have our feet shoulder width apart with our toes facing towards the target. Carl's knees and his legs, Carl's going to have his knees slightly bent, but he doesn't need to be completely down in a crouch position. Knees are slightly bent without his legs locked out, of course. We're going to have a little bit of mobility in our knees as well. Up at Carl's waist and his hip area, if you'll notice as Carl presents his firearm out to the target, he's got a little bit of a bend in the waist, which now causes his weight to be forward, actually on the balls of his feet. If Carl has his hips outward and he's leaning backwards, that's going to provide poor balance, and as Carl discharges his gun or engages his target, he's going to find himself being pushed back with the recoil of the firearm. We work our way up to Carl's shoulders. You'll notice Carl has his shoulders nice and rolled forward. He's got his arms at a full extension, and when it comes to Carl's head, he's looking straight down the sights of the gun. We want to make sure we bring the gun to our eyes and not maybe have the gun a little bit too low and then bring our eyes down to the gun by turning our head. So as gravity pushes us to the ground, we want to have a nice natural stance without trying to compromise or stress our body in any direction. So we've got the gun presented out to the target, and at the end of his stance, you notice Carl has to grip the gun. So part of our platform as well, we've got to have this gun in our hand, and part of that platform is going to be our grip. Carl's using a two-handed grip. You'll notice that he's got his strong hand on the gun. He has a nice straight trigger finger somewhere other than the trigger. His support hand is wrapped around the opposing outside of his shooting hand, and his thumbs on the left side of the gun, you'll notice that his thumbs are stacked and layered. If Carl crosses his thumbs, you're going to notice that he creates a gap between the gun and the lower portion of his support hand. So we want to ensure that we have our thumbs straight pointing down the gun, and we want to make sure that they're oriented towards the direction of the target. So we have good positive 360-degree coverage of our hand around the pistol. So that pretty much captures our shooting platform. We've got our grip, and then we work our way back to the body where we have our position. And that's the end of our firearms training tip today here at Golden Seal Enterprises. We'll see you next month.